Hey everybody, this is JJ Johnson. You're watching Reality Survival. As you can see, we're going to take a look at the Petzl Strix headlamp. This is a really cool headlamp with a lot of tactical and practical applications. I think you guys are going to like it a lot, so stick with me and we'll get started here shortly. The Petzl Strix VL is a highly configurable tactical headlamp that can be used on a lot of different gear and really shine light in a lot of different directions. The main body can rotate 120 degrees and the light head can rotate 180 degrees, so it really gives you a lot of different options there. You can wear this on lots of different kinds of gear, and we will show you some of that gear and different ways that you can wear it. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the functionality of the Petzl Strix VL. Now, this is the box that you get when you order it, and this is the instruction package that comes with it. As you can see, there is also an IR version, and on the IR version you will have another little knob just like this one, a little control knob right up here. So they're basically identical except for that feature. And then of course you'll have the other IR bulb right in there. But pretty cool light. This is actually a light that was made for military, tactical, law enforcement type applications. And then they went ahead and came out with the visible light model as well. This is new for 2014. And I tell you, it really has a couple of additional features above your typical headlamp that make it pretty useful. I've been really impressed with it. We're going to go out and do a little bit of testing on it to see how tough it is and that kind of stuff too. We'll also take a look at how it looks at night and all that kind of thing. This is not supposed to be a really bright, powerful, tactical, weapons light and that kind of thing. It's, 1,000 lumens and all that kind of stuff. This is really a work light. It's a headlamp that is designed to be able to provide area lighting for you when you're doing, different kind of different kind of operations or whatever the case may be. Now, what I've found is it actually works very good for just like walking through the woods and that kind of thing too, when hooked to your backpack or just as a regular headlamp and that kind of thing. As far as functionality goes, it's a pretty cool system that they have come up with. This is the control knob right here, and it locks in place, or you can unlock it. Now, when you unlock it, you're going to be able to pulse this both directions. When you bring it clockwise, it'll go into your first lighting mode. Now, it always goes, because it was developed for tactical applications, it always goes to the least amount of light first. So first you go to your colored LED, which it has 3, and we'll show you how to use those in a second. It's got red, blue, and green. And you pulse it one more time, you'll go to the smallest light, and then you pulse it one more time, you go into the medium lighting mode, and then into the highest lighting setting. Now, at any point during any mode, if you flip it back counterclockwise, it'll turn the light off. Now, that is also true even if the knob is locked. All you got to do is pulse it counterclockwise, and it will turn off. Now, they've done that so that in any situation, if you need to have light discipline, you need to cut that light off immediately, then you can just do that really quickly. So I think that's a lot of forethought going into that, And this does not have a strobe feature or anything like that. These are just the basic lighting modes that it has that I've just shown you there. Now, as far as the color LED goes, basically what you want to do is you want to unlock the button and then hold it back counterclockwise for about 5 seconds, and then you'll get a flash. When it does, it'll turn to the first different color. That's blue, and then we have green, and then back to red again. So let's say I want to make it green. All I got to do is let it sit on green for about 5 seconds. It'll flash, and now it has it in memory. So when I go back, I can turn it off and unlock it, and there I'm at green again. I can run through, and it'll still be on green. So pretty easy as far as the functionality goes on that. Now, the other thing is you have 120 degrees worth of tilt in the main body. So as you can see, it can go a long ways in either direction just from the main body. Then on top of that, the head, the lighting head, has 180 degrees of pivot or swivel as well. So it really gives you a lot of different options as far as configuring the light and where you want it to shine and all of that kind of thing. So that's pretty cool as well. Now, in addition to that, you have added functionality, because if you squeeze up on these two tabs right here, I'll kind of show you that. There's two tabs right here. If you squeeze up on those, then the main lighting body will detach from the headband. Now, that's pretty cool, because at the bottom of it, on the bottom of the main lighting body, you have a clip right here. This is a metal clip. It's nice and strong, and it's made to hook to MOLLE webbing or PALS webbing. So that will enable you to mount it in, a lot of different configurations on a lot of different gear. So with that, why don't we go ahead and take a look at some of the different mounting configurations on how this light can be used. So one of the unique things about the Petzl Strix is that it was actually developed to be mounted to the side of a military helmet like this. And one of the benefits of that with the design that it has is that you can change that adjustment this way as well as moving it this way. Now, Petzl does have a couple of mounting plates that go on to the newer style system, the rail mounts and those kinds of things. I'll try to throw a picture of that up in here so you guys can see that. So you really can get a lot of different types of mounting applications as well. Now, of course, as far as being used like this, you can do that on your head as well. You don't necessarily have to have a helmet on, and it works really good for that. You can also wear it like a traditional headlamp and put it right up here and then wear it that way as well. And that works just fine also. So the next configuration, as I mentioned earlier, is throwing it on some MOLLE webbing or PALS webbing. Now this could be on a plate carrier, a chest rig, it could be on pretty much anything, and any different position or configuration that you wanted. So here we just have it on this plate carrier, and as you can see, it allows me to adjust it back this way so that I get almost 100, or almost straight out lighting from it. It is still just a little bit off center since you don't get that whole 180 degrees pivot in the body, but pretty darn close. Then if I wanted to, I could just shine it down if I'm reading a map or something like that in a tactical situation, or we can have it out or over to the side. I mean, it just really gives you a ton of different options there. So an additional option for mounting is on backpack straps. When you have these nylon webbing that runs up and down along the pack, this makes a pretty good option for mounting it as well. If you mount it really high on the strap like this right here, then it's actually sitting up on your shoulders. It actually works very well, just like if it were a headlamp mounted on a helmet or on your head. But it's just right there on your shoulder, shining out, wherever you need it. So pretty cool. Still gives you the adjustability to look down, and to the different angles. Obviously, you could switch sides, turn it around to get the different, different directions that you needed for it, depending on what you were doing. And it's actually on there pretty good. This clip is a spring steel, and so if you guys can see this, there's a couple of plastic knobs right here that kind of keep it from just sliding off. So you actually have to pull it up and slide it out to get it to come off. So it stays mounted pretty securely. It's not going to go anywhere. You can slide it on that there, but it's not going to come off. So, you know, that's pretty cool as well, I think. So as far as the battery goes on this light, basically you've got the battery storage pretty much right here underneath the main light body. All you do is just twist this off, and then you can put in one alkaline, NiCad, or lithium battery. It doesn't make any difference there. And then you just twist that back on and you're good to go. Now, the battery run times listed for the light are in the alkaline. If you use just a regular cheapo alkaline battery, and if you do, then in the LED mode, in red you get 20 hours, in green you get 17, and in blue you get 17. Then in the lowest lighting mode, which is basically like it's like a half a lumen, like 0.4 lumen. They say you get about 65 hours with that light. Then when you switch it up to the medium one, that is 15 lumens, and you get about 20 hours with it. And then you get, with the highest mode is 40 lumens, and you'll get about 4 hours and 30 minutes with that. Now, as far as distance goes, the brightest lighting says it goes about 40 meters, and then the LEDs are just basically right on top of you. They don't really even show a distance for that. This little light, they say, will go 3 meters, and then the medium one goes 15. Okay, so as far as the waterproof rating and the IP index, it's supposed to be it's supposed to be rated at an IP67, which means it's dustproof and waterproof down to 1 meter for 30 minutes. So roughly a little bit more than 3 feet for 30 minutes underwater. It's also supposed to be able to take a 2 meter fall onto flat ground, and then it's supposed to be able to withstand a crushing force of 80 kilograms. So we'll go and give that a little testing and see how it does on that. All right, let's go ahead and do a little drop testing on this. I've dropped it 3 times already, but due to camera issues, dropping it 3 more. So here we go. All right, seems like it did okay on that one. Let's try again. And it seems to have done just fine on that one. Let's do one last time. All right, so on all 3 of those, it seemed to do fine, but I think I want to throw it just a little harder and see how it does there. Still good to go. Okay guys, so it survived the drop test without any issues. Threw it with some pretty good force, about 6-7 times in total. Got a few of those on camera there, and it looks fine. I don't really see any issues with it at all. Now we're going to go ahead and do the crush test. So I'm just going to go ahead and stick it down here at my feet, and I'm just going to basically step on it and, you know, see how it does, see if it breaks it or anything like that. So in here, and just even go ahead and put all my 230 pounds down on it as well. So as you can see, everything looks fine as well with that. Looks like it still cycles through. Doesn't seem to be hurt at all. Whew. Well, looks like it's waterproof. switch it off there. We're in red mode. Into the first lighted mode underwater. And we got a second, the medium, and then the bright. Looks like it does okay. Okay guys, so now it's dark out, we can go ahead and take a look at how the Petzl Strix VL does in the dark. As you can see, it's still functioning after the drop test and the crush test and the underwater test and all that kind of stuff. So now we'll just kind of get a good look at what kind of lighting it gives you, for walking and kind of just seeing things out in the distance a little bit. Okay guys, so here I am. I'm just, probably about 10 feet or so away from this wooden fence panel. And I'm just going to kind of give you a look at what the different beams look like. This is the high beam. So again, I think that was, 40 lumens or something like that. And then if we change it, that's the red. Can't hardly see that at all from here. That goes into the lowest white light, which is also barely visible on the camera. I can see it okay. And that goes to the medium setting. And then that goes to the high setting. So it's not bad. It doesn't have a real intense spot in the center. It is pretty diffused and it does kind of spill out pretty good. But it's still enough that it's directional and you can kind of center in on certain items and stuff like that. So not too bad at all. Okay guys, so that has been a look at the Petzl Strix VL. This is a cool little light, as you see. It's pretty tough and it did pretty well in the testing. It's waterproof, it's crush proof, and drop proof. It seems like it can handle pretty good degree of abuse. So I look forward to hearing your guys' comments on this light. Do you think this could have some applications in your gear? And how do you think it would best be suited? So anyhow guys, as always, I definitely appreciate it when you click the thumbs up button, when you share it with your friends on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. And don't forget to live the 6 Ps. Prior preparation prevents poor performance. Stay safe guys.